Speculators, let's fire up the Futures Fanatic live stream for the afternoon of Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Before we get started, please do make sure you read the disclaimer and disclosure, especially the part about not eating yellow snow, but also the part that's highlighted. Speaking of yellow, the presentation is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed are going to be those of the presenter only. That's going to be me the whole time. All trades presented should be considered hypothetical and should not be expected to be replicated in a live trading account. Most of the trades that you're going to see here are going to be done in prop programs, although when I do have live trades up on the screen in live tracking accounts, I will let you know. All right, so for the afternoon, I'm expecting a whole lot of nothing for the next 20 to 30 minutes, maybe longer, most likely a drift higher. Thanks for the one for picture and sound. It's been a pretty classic rebound day once the buyers get a hold of the ball. There was no continuation at all of the selling except for last night in the Globex session where there was a little bit of an Asian scare, and now we're just right back at these highs of session. So I'm starting today, this afternoon, really short one contract here on the Dow and one on the NASDAQ. So these are the Kerpos here. This is the lead account, unfortunately, right here. So I'll move this up to here. And then as soon as we get out of this, I will connect that to a different lead account. What were you guys trading today? A little bit of everything, but mostly the bulls just got the ball and ran with it. All right, I'm going to cover this in a couple accounts early.
Order filled.
Because these have some really nice gains.
Order filled.
And then we'll come back in here.
Order submitted.
2 lot on here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Congrats to the Dodgers, yes. I went and put another low four-figure bet on them the other day at Circa. So it's been my thing. Can we get a three-peat? Anyone guess what the World Series odds for 2026 for the Dodgers are? I'll calibrate it for you that the next closest is the Yankees at plus 800. Then everyone goes to plus 1,000. So there's probably good value on the field versus the Dodgers. Yes, remain seated with your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. I'm short the Dow over here as well. We could just sit on this chart and bore ourselves. Should need to move this buy limit up to right here, which would be basically VWAP and the visible range POC there at around 47.313s, 47.317s. And I'm also long the ZT here, which is completely flat. So, got to be another leg lower if I'm getting involved in the bond market here. But the stock market doesn't seem to care at all. Plus 550. I wish it was plus 550. 275. Not even 3 to 1. Last year I had 350, and then the Dodgers started adding all those guys to their payroll and everything, and it dropped all the way down to 265. And then you could have got it The code for Savius is TDG _02. All right. I'm glad you were able to get one. I'm not sure why they did that. I just got off the phone with them and they said they were going to fix it and make it TDG, but glad it's working for you. Well, we don't know. They'll start talking about another payout from Bullinox. There you go. Absolutely, let's go. I haven't traded any Bullinox today. Got to do maybe a little Bullinox here in the afternoon. I did not hear back from them, but I was told that it was a Rhythmic issue that Rhythmic needs to fix. Sorry. I didn't hear back from them, but I saw the same thing happen at other Rhythmic connected accounts. So hopefully it's something they've fixed by now. I'll log into Tickblaze here and see if I get a fill. Let me get into a bunch of positions and we can check out what happens.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, Northlake Dave, congratulations. That's fantastic. Good to hear. You guys can all do this. It's very, very possible. Give yourself a framework to work off of. Learn and understand volatility and volume. Size appropriately for the video game that you're playing. Thoughts on my funded futures? Good firm. Like them a lot. I prefer some firms that let you stay in sim funded for a little longer for what I'm doing and teaching. But everyone's, a lot of people would be hard pressed to get to $5,000 on some of those smaller accounts. Essentially, you can only take $5,000 out of the sim account, and then some of them are capped at that, which is weird. A couple of the programs, but then you're transferred to live accounts. There's nothing wrong with of course, I think everyone should have their own live account, but the prop game, I think, is more of a game that you can play properly in cash flow, taking advantage of all the people that fund your trading by blowing up and acting like morons. It's not a really clean situation to consolidate a lot of demo accounts into a single or several live accounts. There's pros and cons to everything, and there's pros and cons to that. So my issue is my funded future is just that. So it's very unique to me. I look for a program that I can cash flow for a little bit longer, which is actually kind of interesting because I don't take $2,000 or $3,000 payouts per account. I usually take like $500 to $1,500. In the Apex larger accounts, sometimes I'll take 2,500 or 2,750. Just learned yesterday that stay in your lane and range trader. Well, they're right here. They're complementary. So the strategy on the left is the range trader, and the strategy on the right is stay in your lane. Most traders use this just for reference and then enter a lot of their trades or levels off of stay in your lane. But by all means, you have to understand how to utilize both. So for instance, on the NASDAQ here, we've officially had a trend shift as we put in this extreme turn sell that's just not getting you done. Not any selling here yet. Just your average move, just your average 550, 100% plus ATR move in the last 18 hours or so. All right, I'm going to start scaling out here a little bit.
Order filled. Order filled.
Got the best prices over here. See the Russell up there continuing to, I was shorting it and messing around here for just a couple ticks, nothing major. So all of a sudden everything's fine with the world, of course. If your first time watching this stream, I have down here in the bottom right-hand corner a shout out to my Prop Done Right ebook, which you can find in the description down below, as well as how you can join the trade room for a couple weeks for free and get access to essentially everything that you're seeing here, with the exception of a couple of the indicators. Those indicators are not for sale. They're just part of what you get if you decide to be a member. But anyway, the ebook's going to give you a good overview of how to do these prop programs correctly, which I'm a broken record on this. You want to learn how to leverage across accounts instead of within the same account, and eventually use multiple accounts and copiers, keeping your size on your lead accounts very manageable.
Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
News on the Tickblaze copier. Been told it's supposed to be a this year thing. I've never tested it or used it yet. So there's the news on that. So no news on that. I'm still over here trading my Tickblaze stuff manually. Sounds like people are answering the question about how to get access to the order flow suite. I think from my understanding, the easiest one is to work with a firm that includes the order flow suite in their version of TradingView, which is now called TradingView Prop, if you will. TradingView Prop also exposes some of the additional risk management components that have always been part of TradingView that were previously locked down. If you were using a prop firm, you had access to them if you had a live account at Ninja or TradingView. So the ones that I'm aware of are Blue Sky, Take Profit, Trade Day. If you guys know any others. Someone's asking about the cheapest prop firm. You got to understand your total costs. So don't buy an evaluation that has then a higher. So total costs, I think that you're looking at My Funded Futures, Bullinox, even Apex when they run a special with a $40 activation fee. So all the usual suspects. There's probably 5 or 10 firms that all have pretty similar pricing. Choose whichever one you dig. Some people are saying Tradeify. This is not a Hakanashi. This is a Renko. It's a modified Renko that allows you to. So Renkos are just tick charts, and what you're looking at is a 16 by 4 bar. So every time price moves four additional ticks, a new candle will open up. All right, I'm going to take it off here as well.
Order filled.
And here.
Order submitted.
This one I want to see how this price has been moving away today. So wild.
Order filled.
So you can find all about these types of bars on the free trial. How to get access to them on NinjaTrader and install them, and then also they're available on. You can set them up on Quantower, you can set them up on Sierra, you can set them up on Tickblaze, of course. Where anyone who uses my code and gets a prop shop account, I'll give you my Tickblaze workspace.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so answer. These are called. I call them brickwicks. They're just modified Renkos. I'm going to move the target on some of these way down here. Take it here.
Order filled.
Suck it, NASDAQ. All right, so thoughts on divergence of the bond market to indices. I think it's very strange. So a lot of things are strange. So how this all works itself out, it's a battle between quants and seasonal, and markets that are up will tend to stay up through the remainder of the year, and bull markets don't die of old age, and yet we have 7 or 8 stocks that are running the entire stock market, and that's the entire stock market. We've had concentration before, but probably never like this. You have I just trade these these day trading markets just using pure technicals, volatility and volume. Get short up here in this offer zone. The closer to this red line, the better, And let me take this down to here. Give this some room to run. But then in my larger portfolios where I do have some NDX and SPX on, I've been very vocal that I've had a Q's position that is having mid 5-figure day swings recently to the downside in terms of my profit when we were going up there making new highs. And then last night I was giddy because I thought, oh, maybe we'll open up down another 2 or 3%, but they rallied it all the way back up. But on the Qs, we're right here at 625 into that gap area. It's going to take a lot of energy to pop us back up to the 35s, but of course anything can happen through the remainder of the week. There's probably some built-in momentum if the government reopens. But yes, it is strange. So if people aren't familiar, rates are going higher and they're staying stubbornly bid, which is generally not a great thing. If the bond market in a loosening cycle continues to go down, at some point there's going to be a little concern as to why. All that being said, one of the things that I mentioned in my mastermind to my traders the other day, I gave 15 tips from 30 years of speculation, is as a active intraday day trader, especially if your whole focus is to learn how to manage risk in small accounts and cash flow this prop game, which I think is the best opportunity that's ever existed for learning how to trade and actually getting paid and earning while you learn. That is a completely different game than thinking about all these other moving forces, because if you let too much of that stuff pop into your head, you'll start thinking, oh, this is a bubble, I need to be short. This is that, So you want to try to avoid that and keep as clear ahead as you can as a day trader, and then just separate those two things out. You can definitely have a position that you're expressing for some sort of larger macro events. And I'm fortunate that I have large enough portfolios where I can just do that by being long and short stock or indices and not messing around with buying puts. Because if you use the options markets, it's just challenging, right? You have to be right on so many different dimensions: magnitude, timing, price, all these things. If you just get short the Qs, then I don't have to worry about any of that. I can just be short the Qs and target basically 590 to 600, which on my position will be, a nice 6-figure trade if that happens. All right, let me see what else we got here. So we answered that. There's a lot of free indicators out there that you can get for all sorts of platforms. You've got a good attitude for trading. I trade this straight to funded props mainly. The trouble is you hit 3,000, withdraw 2,000, which doesn't leave you much. Yeah, so UK futures trader, I talk about this sometimes as well. It's not easy to build a big buffer, but if you put in the time, a couple months, and you're trading the right way to begin with, we have a lot of people in our group that have built $7, $8, $9, $10,000 buffers in their $50,000 accounts. So when they take the max payout, they still are left with $6,000 or $7,000. Now I know that you want to try to avoid taking taking a payout that eats deeply into your buffer. So it's just a little caution there.
Order submitted.
Great. Glad you. So if I'm helpful in instilling the basic laws of math into you guys, then so be it. There are many reasons that you should not trade minis in these programs. Yes, you can. Yes, you can potentially shortcut and do things that would not be possible in the real world. But the closer you get to acting like each one of these accounts is $2,000, $1,500 of your own money, the better off you'll be. And as I've said many times, there are some deep discount brokers that will give you that toxic day trader margin. But if you're working with a real firm like an Interactive Brokers, you don't have that luxury anyway. So there's no reason to practice or push a button that would not be something that you would be able to do in the real world. Am I saying that these prop programs are the real world? No. But remember Showdown at the OK Corral? That was one of that's the title of one of my favorite Star Trek episodes ever, where Spock did this Vulcan mind meld where he had to convince he had to convince Bones and Kirk and everybody that the bullets were not real in this showdown that they were about to have. This old Western thing. It's a great episode. It's almost as good as Trouble with Tribbles and the other one with the salt-sucking monster. Anyhow, your goal is to convince yourself that this Apex account, this one which is truly a real demo, or these that are, quote unquote funded, just act like it's actually real money, because it is, because you can get paid on it. Okay. I do not trade any of the like TQQ or no, never have traded any of those ETNs that are created. Just stay away from all that stuff. No. Again, I'm in a position where I don't need to use any of the leverage that's inherent in those things, and they're meant for super short-term trading because they have a natural decay in them. Regardless of whether you're correct on the direction of it, they have this pretty brutal decay. So no, I don't use those. And I would recommend most of you don't use them either. Man, there was ones that they made, triple natural gas, triple bullish natural gas, triple bearish natural gas, and the wallets of traders trading that are left strewn across the landscape. Empty. You want me to look back at the Dow? Sure. So the Dow's going higher. And I'm resting in order to sell 586. So that's my position there. Short Dow, short NASI.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
So we can hang out here on the Dow because this is an unprofitable position. Next generation. No, I'm an OG, man. I like the cheesy special effects and the characters in the original. NASDAQ's continuing to decline, which is kind of nice.
Order filled. Position closed. Order filled. Position closed. Order filled. Position closed.
All right, so we got about 8 more minutes to find out if we get locked out of rhythmic accounts on Tickblaze,
Position
right?
closed.
So I'm going to stay in some positions just to see what happens.
Order filled.
Question about being afraid of anything. No, not at all. I mean, the whole idea behind what I'm showing here is, so let's say this Dow Jones just keeps rips right through 586. Can you see the P&L on this position? Who cares? Right? I mean, literally, who cares? Now, I happen to be short the NASDAQ. These are not correlated or hedged positions. You're allowed to do this at every firm. I'm short the Dow and I'm short the NASDAQ. But as you can see, the NASDAQ is certainly helping by virtue of going lower. Now, not everybody should be trading multiple positions. You don't need to. You could just be in the Dow, in which case you're losing, and you're just looking to manage risk here. We'll see what happens. Good morning from Nigeria. Hello. First time. Welcome, red candles. I wouldn't mind some red candles in here. No, but back to the idea about being concerned or what have you. Once you wrap your head around a strategy that you have walk forward tested and become confident in understanding how you execute it, but more importantly, if you follow some of the stuff that I'll teach you how to do, is to understand context and volatility and volume so that you understand that this red line is not always created equal. You can see how long the Dow has ended up spending outside the bands today, which is a little unusual. Pretty significant reversal that took place today. Whereas on the NASDAQ, it's going to take a tremendous amount of energy for this NASDAQ to get all the way back up here to 911, 25,911. And these bands are going to get you done and contain price. You see how the NASDAQ has not really gotten outside the bands, with the exception of right here, which turned out to be a really good short, right? The toughest thing with this type of strategy, if you're an all-day long trader, is really just to sit on your hands and wait till it really gets to that level. But Rod, you teach that you can be short anywhere in here. Yeah, I mean, you can be short anywhere in here, but why not wait till the highest probability setup, right? Which is a touch of the +2s. Now on the Dow, the only reason I have another level up here is because I allow myself to buy lows of day, retests of lows, and short retest of highs of day. That's what I do. You don't have to do that. Technically, if you over here, we're outside the bands and there's no more levels here unless there was a level here on the range trader, which there's not. I mean, we're back. We're now outside day up, meaning we're above this level right here. Move my head down. Move my head out of the way. Oh, no, don't want it there. I'll put it right here in the middle. So Kermit's got his Viagra popping up there. Very good chance we see a touch of the 586s. On the flip side, obviously, the NASDAQ is going our way, at least for a little bit. Are you gonna go my way?
Order filled. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm adding in these
Order
prop
submitted.
programs, adding up here.
Order
Don't do this at
submitted.
home. You don't have to. You can wait till
Order submitted.
we get the
Order
new
filled.
high there, but we'll just watch the Dow here. I'll check back with the NASDAQ if we get down to the plus ones, which is going to be 757s. So about a 60-point drop is possible in there.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
I do have a few shorts on in the S&P here that I'm noting. So here we go. All right, I'm going to sell another one here on the
Order
Dow.
filled.
So I'm going to take profit here.
Order filled.
These are Legends
Order
accounts.
submitted.
Legends
Order
has some
filled.
decent programs. I don't love them. They're
Order
not my
submitted.
favorite, but they have some deep discounts that they run sometimes, so I
filled.
picked up a few of those.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, let's just watch the Dow.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, I'm going to take off my short on the NASDAQ.
Order submitted.
See if we do get a little pop here, I'll reshort it. Ultimate target would be -1s, but that's asking quite a bit. We got about 5 minutes left before the market on close.
Order canceled.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so we'll sit and watch the Dow here now. Nothing else to really do. If the NASDAQ pops, I'll reshort it. All right, looks like I got locked. Did you guys get locked out again? It looks like it grayed out a bunch of my accounts on. Let me see if I can place a trade.
Order canceled.
No, I can't. So same problem. It says order canceled when I try to place a trade. That's really frustrating they didn't fix that. Are you guys having the same experience? Yeah. It's pretty frustrating. Okay, well, I'll be shown how little my influence is anymore. I mean, I'm sure they know about it. That's very strange. They can't get that fixed. Very strange. Bummer, because we were probably short too, right? I was short. Yeah. Come on, Dow. Let's go. And by go, I mean go lower.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, Dow. Here we go. Put the copier on there.
Order filled.
A little too heavy here.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, there we go. And I'm going to shore up this here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
There we go. So this is what my Dow position looks like over there now. I'm sure anyone have a similar Dow position there, or maybe you're getting healthy on the NASDAQ on the short side. Congratulations. Yeah, look what this did over here. Sure did the same thing to all you. It closed me out right here. This sucks. Right? Closed me out there and I'm closed out. Can't do anything else. Plus, the data isn't even clicking here anymore, right? Bummer.
Order filled.
Oh, well. Technical things happen. Snafus happen.
Order filled. Order
All right,
filled.
there's the market on close. Come on, Dow. Suck it.
Order filled.
Some traders may still experience the earlier market close today. How about all of us? Is there anyone who didn't? Is there anyone who didn't experience that close today? Some traders might experience.
Order filled. Order filled. Order
Anytime you guys are looking for statistics on how often things occur, get yourself a Edgeful account if you don't already, and reach out to them and say, hey, I would love a report that did this. I'd love the statistics on this. And sometimes if they have enough requests for it, they'll just build that. So great thing to consider doing that.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
So still looking to short the NASI on a big pop, though. Oh, so Quant Tower, it worked, huh?
Order filled. Order submitted.
All right, let's watch the Dow. Sorry, I'm on the wrong contract. Yeah, maybe it has to do with which account. So everyone had different experiences, or similar experiences, I should say. Some people had different, some people had similar.
Order filled. Order filled.
Who's getting healthy on the NASDAQ short? I'm just covering some of my shorts
Order
here.
filled.
Just covered at 780 and 776. In the prop programs and for the educational stuff, we're just short Dow. So I'm going home long some ZT and long some ZN, which pretty much guarantees that the market goes down further. Welcome to this episode of Self-Deprecating Rod. Guaranteed. Guaranteed that it goes down more. At least we're holding the 112 110s at least. Come on, Dow. By come on, I mean come to the dark side. Nice sell-off in the NASDAQ. Too bad I don't have any contracts on in Tickblaze anymore. All right, we got about 3 or 4 more minutes left. If you do happen to have any question that I didn't answer, I tend to like ones that are more about the strategies and risk management than which prop program is cheapest. So if you got any question, pop it in there.
Order filled.
There we go. Target hit. Target hit on all of these, I think. Yeah. So we're all good. Still got some contracts on. Got a little runner. I already asked. I think some of you have a similar position. Definitely a welcome close, at least from my perspective. I was thinking we might see the NASDAQ go crazy, and instead they faded the heck out of it. So I'll take you over here for a moment. I'm just breaking even on my Dow here, so I'm going to take one off. Right there. Watched 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. There you go. Congratulations. Remember, it's not me. It's you guys executing and understanding the framework of what we're doing here. It's not me. Although it's me telling you get short the Dow. Let's go, baby. Come on, Dow. Come on, Dow. Break down to the 360s. We have no volume in here. This is this little air pocket here. A little bit of short covering here into the close, maybe. All right, everybody, that'll be it. I don't think I missed any questions. Thanks so much for joining me here today. It really does help if you hit the like button, all that good stuff. If you have any interest in finding out more about how you can become a member of our trade community and participate with us in the trade room in the morning, watch all the recordings, really change your speculative life, you can check it all in the description down below. And, of course, the ebook will give you some access to that as well. Okay? So, question about passing 3 using the Replicanto. Should you do? If you look, if you pass 3 using a copy or trading minis and trading too big, then no, don't do that, and don't do that in your live account. If you were trading micros and appropriately sized and abided by a daily risk budget and have gotten comfortable with a copier and are able to, multiply your gains, then and control your losses, then by all means you can look to do that. Yeah. Micros, yeah, then by all means continue doing it. Yeah, that's the whole idea. That's how you turn this into something, meaningful and real. God, I got a short on over here. I'm gonna just let this run on my short. Short. All right, everybody, stay green, trade like you mean it. Thanks very much. We'll see you at the next one. Be good. Bye bye.